Got a live one here. Another Cosmic player. Papa Gooch. Alright. This might be a bit of a slog. Yeah, that seems pretty good. I've got a couple of Disruptor Drones in my reserves for helping in matchups like this. I think I want to just guarantee my 4th resource here. We have a Candlelight in our opener, so I think I want to just like try and hit this on 6 and be as aggressive as possible. Be really sad when we get Withering Gaze and they take this away. Hunger's been okay. Having some extra health is good. Nightfall on 1's kind of scary. It means that when they hit this Daybreak, if they have Twilight Archon, they get to jam those down our throat. Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and hit Judgment here before we attack, just in case they get presented with, like, give our troops +1/+1. Wow, wonder what the alternative was there. Look at that, just all the sweet value. The card's really good when it's good. So down to 12. If they have Twilight Archon, we're going to be in a bit of a trouble. They don't have Twilight Archon. I don't know. Probably pretty far ahead here. So Twilight Archon, for those that are unfamiliar, says if you have a Daybreak and a Nightfall, you get to play it for free. That's the one. Don't have multiple. God bless. So it's a 5/5 life drain. It's very, very good, to say the least. Sure. Yeah, kick it. So this Zeddek Judgment card, when you play it for the first time, it puts itself back into your deck and then makes itself free, which is kind of hot. Let's do this. I'm just going to do this. The reason why I'm putting this Acolyte of Flame into my bin as opposed to the Candle is because the Zeddek's Judgments occasionally return troops to our hand from our discard pile. Oh, I guess I want to void the one I'm getting rid of, though, right? Yeah, I probably want a Haunting Cry, so maybe that was loose. I think that was a mistake. I wasn't thinking about the fact that I have Haunting Cry to void it. Yeah, I definitely should have been that. So we're only 2 resources away from this Candlelight being able to dome this. We're going to 13 off of this. We're going to go to 11 off of this. This Nightfall's eating away at us a little bit too. Hopefully this Mist sequence doesn't come back to bite us. Withering Gaze, sure. Dark Art's not terrible. We're definitely attacking here. I think I want to just do my best to hit my shard drops. I feel like there's a good chance they have something that this takes away here. Dark of Night, perfect. Let's snake that. And I think I'd rather try and hit my resource drop next turn as opposed to playing out both these Acolytes. We're going to be slightly resource inefficient to have a better chance of like getting to play this Candlelight out. So we're looking for... That was the best draw on their deck, probably. Maybe second best. Twilight Eclipse was probably the best draw. So we're looking for Herofall. That's a non-slow shard. Okay, we got that going for us. Let's play this out. Get to pass the turn here. This Candlelight gets to deal with this. We're going to go to 3 on this attack, though, which kind of sucks. Hopefully they brick for a turn or 2 here. Need to hit a live one next turn. The good news is if we hit anything other than that drop, we do get to get 2 redraws off this Naive Lackey, which would be nice. Another Candlelight. Yeah, that'll do pig, right? And then we just need to... We need to draw an answer to this Nightfall or a way to gain some health here. They're going to attack with both, I assume, before blocks. So we're dead to whatever that removal spell they have is. But that Candlelight makes a candle. Let's hop on pop here. All right, that's a brick. So we need to get 2 shots at a shard. There's a shard. Okay. Yeah, that's great for us, right? I'm just going to put this on top, put a non-resource on top of my deck. I'm going to go ahead and play Naive Lackey and then sack him. I'm going to go ahead and play this Dark Heart out here, which is going to pick away at their constants. All right, we might be doing it. I'm going to go to 4 here off of this. Decree Banishing is really good. All right, so we just got to like push the pedal to the floor here and try and kill them. They've got four turns to kill us here. All right, I think I'm just supposed to guarantee another resource with one of these, right? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. A candle. I'm just gonna drop a Vicar. Yeah, I'm gonna drop a Vicar, one of these. I think I'm gonna make a candle and then start pumping these up. Now I'm gonna go make one more here. Play this Demented Whispers and crank them all up to 3/3s. And then actually, if we hit, we put a non-resource on top. So if we hit another action with Illuminate, we actually get to kill them next turn, right? We do like Withering Gaze into. All right. Action, please. Hey, damn it. Need to be more specific. All right, target you with this. And Herofall requires an opposing troop. All right, put him to 1. Or sorry, I'm bad at counting. I thought I had one more. Got him. Sweet. Good stuff. Good stuff. Disruptor Drone is great. I don't think this is a Massacre matchup. Withering Gaze is fine. I think Demented Whispers is actually fine too. Stalking Quarry doesn't do much. I think the extra Candlelight is good just for like the reason we saw there. Like not only does it kill their stuff, but it like allows us to race them. I don't think I want any of this other stuff. Withering Gaze is like not impressive, but it's fine. It can like tag things like Twilight Eclipse before they get a chance to play it out. I think this matchup's probably on the harder end for us. Yeah, seems pretty good in this matchup. We need some blood, but we're gonna have to Fate Weave with this, and pretty good chance of hitting blood with this. Nice, hit it right off the bat. I'm still gonna Fate Weave a shard with this because we need 2 blood ideally. I'm not going to play this out willy-nilly. I think I want to save this as like a disenchant basically. Am I willing to kill that? It's actually an interesting question. I think I am. I think just like guaranteeing that I'm not going to get Twilight Archon next turn almost. Yeah. Just gonna go ahead and use my resources efficiently and take this off the board. Like saves me some health in the grind. Be a little bit sad, but like getting that off the table now makes my Dark Heart better later, which is also nice. Morning Twisted. Yep. Yep. So go Blightbark Reserves into Zeddek's Judgment here. Even like making a Phantom is good for us here. Zeddek's Judgment combos well with our Champion Power as well. All right, well, the casual Edge will draw 3. I guess I'm binning this drop and this Ruby Ice. Sounds right. The deck judgment is a little awkward on 3 for that explicit reason that you just saw happen there. Man, we're really good at redrawing this, huh? Wow, they gave me Disruptor Drone back. I wonder what the alternative was there. Withering Gaze is phenomenal. Let's take a peek at what's going on upstairs over here. 2 Dark of Nights. Okay, I'm gonna take one of those. Then, what do I want to do here? I'm definitely playing out this. I think I'm just tagging this. I think I want to just keep my health total high here. Immediately punished. Alright, that's a good hit. Let's take this away. And then I'm going to stack a non-resource on top of my deck here. And I have a troop in here, right? Yep, that Naive Lackey. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit this Haunting Cry at end of turn. Hopefully find a Candlelight or Herofall or something to deal with this Twilight. Ding, ding, ding. No, I don't think so. I don't think you play around them like drawing their 4 of their... Our deck's like also full of removal too, so like... I think like if you're always playing around them like ripping their best card off the top, like you're never going to do anything. Like their other thing had 3 points of health, so like it was going to kill us pretty quickly. Pretty commanding position here. Okay, hit. Do this. Just gonna go ahead and sack this, see what we find. Zeddek's Judgment. Yeah, send me up. I could get the Dark Card out here and start eating their things, but like it eats my things too. Then I kind of want to build up some candles and stuff here. So our constants are actually just like at a wash right now. I have 2 Nightfalls to their 2 Daybreaks, and I have a Daybreak to their 1 Nightfall. I am so good at this. Is that just like every time we've like played it, we've just like immediately drawn it the next turn? That's just some quality professionalism right there. Certainly whitelisted. Alright, I think we can actually end the game this turn. So, make my dorks bigger. Make my dorks much bigger. Candle Smash. Rawr. Unless we draw it into the unknown, I don't think the opponent has it out here. Well, there could have been, like, from the ashes in their deck, they could have drawn up until that last turn, right? Everyone's having a good Friday morning, hanging out, playing some Hex Shards of Fate this morning. -1 hunger, +1 cry. Yeah, it could be okay. Haunting Cry is definitely good. It's nice that it, like, cycles early. If you're about to, like, brick on your third shard, you could use it to draw. The extra health from Hunger's been nice, but Haunting Cry is also nicer. You're not wrong. I do like draw twos. Yeah, let's try that. I've drafted a few of these. 28 of them. Thank you, Burgle. I told you I like the combination of cards in this deck, and like Takahiro, it's just like I really feel like trying to leverage the non-embarrassing champions in this format is like where you want to be, because like so many of the champions are so bad, right? Like Sapphire Diamond Control just like literally doesn't have a playable champion in this format. This deck's a really good Steel Intel deck too, for reference. And Candlelight's just like I feel like my obsession with Candlelight is like well founded. Like it's just like a genuinely powerful card, right? Yeah, and like the fact that like you look at this deck list and you're like, well, there's only 8 troops, but like Zeddek's Judgment is like a pseudo troop a lot of the time, right? Because like a lot of the time people are like looking at their choices, they're like, well, I guess I'll just give you a Phantom. You're like, thank you, that draw card gain 3. I agree, Bob. I agree. It's especially great with the Withering Gazes too, because you can like spot check for their interaction and like guaranteed Candlelight on 6 and know it's gonna resolve. Paired with sockets to draw the 1 Quarry game 1, right? I am all about the getcha value. Hunger's been okay. I've gone back and forth. I think I want like 5 draw 2s in the main, and like and 3-2, 4-1, just whatever direction we're going in. I don't mind favoring Haunting Cry again, because like I'm a big fan of like actually getting to play games of Hex, and like Haunting Cry just says like cycle me on turn 2 if you're gonna miss your land drop. Quarry voids every socketed troop on the other side of the board and then gives you a giant beater for your trouble. Oh no, did we queue the same person? We did get Savage Doodle again. Ladder slow this morning. I actually think this hand's fine, right? Like I think fast Candlelight's one of the more important things we can be doing in this matchup, especially game 1. Yes. Yeah, that's one of the things Hex does really well that like Magic could learn from. In addition to printing powerful threats, Hex consistently prints powerful answers. Lackey's a great draw. Lets us draw some cards next turn. Let's go ahead and Whispers here. So Demented Whispers, first time we play it, our opponent discards 1 card from their hand and buries 3 cards off the top of their deck. And then the next time we draw Demented Whispers, my opponent's going to discard 2 cards and bury 6 cards off the top of their deck, etc. Those numbers keep going up by 1 and 3. See if we get Twilight Archon on 3 again. Always. Alright, Dark Heart's not the worst. And play this out. Grab that. We need to guarantee Dark Heart in 2 turns. Probably going to be a little slow against this. We need to hit that. Yep. Ooh, what a sweet curve. This is just like the perfect curve, right? We went like slow shard into 2, into 3, into slow shard, Herofall you. If they have a Twilight Eclipse here, we could still be in trouble. Just Nightfall. Okay, that's good for us. Decree of Banishing, sure. He's dead, Jim. She's dead? It's definitely a woman, right? Drawing both our main deck Massacres kind of sucks. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this out before they have a chance to draw another one. Crunch you with this, and then next turn we get to go Dark Heart, and then follow it up with Candlelight, most likely. So maybe we got a non-slow shard on top of the deck. We're taking 2 a turn here, so we're currently dead in 6. But this is gonna start whittling them down too, which is nice. Sweet. Non-slow shard is aces. I guess they could have a Dark of Night in there. They have Dark of Night. We're actually made a lot of trouble here. That's not good for us. Now we're dead in 4. I don't know if Candlelight's going to be able to erase this with these Massacres rotting in my hand. I guess I get to gain a little bit here. And now this Candlelight has to kill this, right? Herofall does get it from hand, but they'd have a chance to play it beforehand. So just gonna smash with these. Go ahead and throw him in the bin. Get back up to 11. That's interesting. So yeah, I think I just Herofall this Dorko, right? So I can send the Candlelight upstairs. Another Nightfall makes our dice perfect. That's unfortunate. We're dead in 2 now. I believe we're just dead now. Needed that, I guess we could draw another Candlelight, right? If they brick and we draw Candlelight, they're dead. Oh, blast you. We also draw a Xentoth's Hunger. Dead. One turn short there because they found the running extra things at the end. What did I do last time? I brought in Disruptor Drones and I cut. Did I cut the Massacres? Yeah, that seems fine. I think that's what we did. Sounds right. So like, Burgle, something worth commenting on, like, situations like that are why I kind of like hedging to Xentoth's Hunger. Like, so far, I've only played like a couple dozen games with the deck, but I haven't had a problem having extra things to sacrifice to Xentoth's Hunger, and like, the extra turn you often get from what Hunger does is like pretty valuable a lot of the time, it feels like. Like in a situation like that, like I didn't draw the Haunting Cry, but like Xentoth's Hunger was like one of my outs to potentially win that game, right? Like it would have made me a candle and then bought me a turn, which would have then got me to my Takahiro power, which would have bought me another turn. I don't know if I'm in the market of just cycling this or not. I feel like I'm not. This is quick, so I can change my mind based on what they do this turn. Now, I think it would have been better than a 6 there. Like, I think it would have been much better than a 6 there, actually. So this is kind of awkward. I don't know if I like these cards or not. Maybe 3 is too many. So, like, I don't want to draw a card with this. I don't want to play this because then I get this extra card in my hand that I'm likely to have to discard, but in order to play Zeddek's Judgment this turn, I have to get blood on that, which means I still need another ruby, which is awkward. I'm kind of in trouble here. Yeah, that's pretty good. Dealer's choice. Probably lose one of those. Yep. Yeah, questions are great. If we didn't want to answer questions, we wouldn't be here. No, it's all troops on the battlefield. It's not opposing troops, Burgle. Come on now, don't oversell it. It's pretty good. Yeah, we're kind of under the gun here. Like I said, we won the first time we played here, but I was pretty certain that this matchup was like not stellar for us. I could have just like jammed this dark card here, but I feel like there's a pretty good chance they have some kind of removal. Or like maybe that was worth it just to take the Daybreak off the table. Got 2 troops out of that. You're taking 2, 5 here. Alright, yeah, we're super dead. Just how that cookie crumbles. The Constant Tech is kind of an interesting metagame deck. I think it's pretty good against a lot of that Cycle Haunter card. What am I looking for? Like, is there something specific that I'm looking for that's better than just like taking 2 cards out of their hand? Like, what card do I draw that makes me do something other than Demented Whispers that turn? Naive Lackey. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Good answer. Good answer. No, you're right. Lackey would have been great there. Just a keep. Like, these 2 cards don't really have text in this matchup. This is something. One ice hands are not exciting. Huh. Yeah, it felt okay, Klutz. It's the ruby shard I really wanted to draw. Part of me just wants to concede this match just for like the sake of not caring. Yep, alright, done. Off it. Alright, let's try and get a match that's like relevant. And if we keep queuing into random garbage, we'll just like play Diamond Wild Momentum. That's like a good thing to keep in mind for folks too. Like, people often talk about like how do you prepare for the bashes, and just slamming into the ladder like isn't a great way to like test decks if your goal is to like do well in the $1,000 tournaments on the weekends. And the reason for that is like, you know, like these decks we're playing against, right? Like the Constance deck is like a pseudo tiered deck, but like the mill deck, especially like with those cards that my opponent's playing, is like not something you're going to play against in a bash. Yeah, it's good for getting repetitions in, but like if you're playing a deck like this, it's really not great for like if your deck's goal is to be interactive, right? If your goal is to be interactive, like your interaction, you're hoping it lines up in a particular way against whatever your opponent's doing. So it isn't useful or relevant if you're like, well, my opponent's playing a bunch of cards that are like bad against the rest of the format, but like they line up okay against the interaction I'm playing. So like that's not like relevant or useful to you. Like I know I'm bad against this thing, but this deck is bad against most of the format. So like, does it really matter that I'm not good against it? It's like, what level do you want to be on? And like testing against the level that's like not relevant to you is like not useful. Grandfather Elkir. Target troop gets +3/+3 in crush. And like if you look, like if you just like pull the like random decks that we play against, you just like made a list of the random decks I play against when we're playing on the ladder for like all of these streams, and then like you compared it to like what the metagame looked like at the last bash, they look nothing alike. Absolutely nothing. Even in the evenings, Bob, like I can't tell you the last time I played against a blood control deck on the ladder and like blood decks and diamond sapphire. I can't tell you the last time I played against either of those, and like those decks were like 60% of the last bash. Gonna play this out. Next turn, we can Withering Gaze, plus Champ Power, plus Haunting Cry. This is really good. It gives their troop. Alright, well, I'm just going to take this hit, I think. Yeah, I'm just going to take this hit. I can jump block for more than 4 here later. So I want to Withering Gaze this turn, I think. Double Withering Gaze, just like spot check for Communion and Wax, basically. They don't have a shard. Okay. Alright. They hit a shard, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. Do I want to play that out? I don't think I want to play that out. I think I want to chump with this and then Haunting Cry to try and hit a shard for this Massacre. I'm going to block here, and we're going to lose a lot this turn, right? We're taking 8 altogether. Man, welcome to Brick City. What a fucking tilt. Just on the draw, kept 2 resources with an ice, drew 3 extra cards. Did it have Crush? Does that card have Crush? Definitely didn't realize that card had Crush. Why'd you make the play? It doesn't make any sense, Hogland. Because I missed it. That's why. Is that what we're looking for? We're looking for the validation? Because I fucked up. That's why. I have residence in Brick City. Yep. Let me tell you about Brick City. Alright, I don't really want Withering Gaze. Is this card playable? No, I want some amount of draw in my deck. I think this is fine. Let's try it. Going to 2 Candlelight might be wrong. It might be that if I'm not bringing in the Stalking Quarries, I should just leave 3 Candlelight in my deck. Sure. Why not? Let's fire it up. I guess if I'm leaving Demented Whispers in, this is technically a win condition, right? Because like this deck goes long enough that like we'll hit this 3 or 4 times in a game. That's one of the reasons why this card's kind of sweet, because like in addition to like grinding their hand down in the early game, like in the late game, it's just like, all right, just bury you out. Ooh, we just put a bunch of troops in their bin for... They have Blamsmiths in their deck. It's kind of scary. Morning Mellow. Yeah, this card's great when you draw 2 of them. Discard 2 cards, bury 6. Yeah, decks like this have done okay off and on. The biggest problem with them is that they're really inconsistent in terms of what their threshold base is, because they're a deck that wants double wild on 4, but you want double ruby on 3. Like, the deck's very powerful when it can like play its cards, but like it often just like can't play its cards. I would like to point out that my deck has 1 less ruby threshold than that stupid, what's it called, deck has. The Diamond Sapphire deck only plays 13 diamond sources. Thanks. Look at that, Burgle. Some professional hog landing here. Get massacred, opponent. Their bird will come back at some point, but... They get to use this return to Cinder to finish this off. Blamsmith does punish Mill, you're not wrong. But Mill as a deck is unplayable right now, so like... I don't really think you want to be like making your deck choices around like... Again, like maybe their goal is just like stomp the morning ladder. We do play against a lot of Mill on the morning ladder, so like... If that's the goal, it seems fine. This is my 5-4. Again, my goal when I was constructing this deck was I want something that's good against Diamond Sapphire control while still being competitive against the Sockets decks. Those are the 2 types of decks that are doing particularly well in events lately. So if I'm going to play something tomorrow, I want something that like checks both those boxes essentially. Yep. Have you heard about the bird? I said a do. Kill the bird, kill the bird. Judge my opponent a little bit. Zeddek's Judgment with Dark Heart out is like not really a combo. Just like get a daybreak. Get daybreaks, sure. Ding. You know what? This was a mistake. I should have just left Strangle up here. So we don't get like oops killed. If we get oops killed, we get oops killed. Yep, so 10 out of 10. Should have left this up. Yep, so we're gonna take 10 here that I didn't need to take. I'm dumb. Fat and dumb and slow. Little Naive Lackey attack with this. It's a Strangle. So I'm just gonna Herofall this, right? I got my house. I don't have to worry about you no more. You always want to attack first there, because that way, because if I kill that before I attack, the Repoplar becomes a free jump block for them. Oh no, not my Naive Lackey. Naive Lackey is just like, he's a real pal. He's just like ready to stand up and do terrible things to himself for you. Yep. I love extra cards. Yay! Alright. Yeah, I think I'm into just run it back here. Seems fine. Yeah, I think with Demented Whispers, I don't need the extra Candlelight. Look, Burgle, you must be new here. You must be new here, so I'm gonna let you in on a secret. I don't care. Is this hand too mediocre? Is this hand capable if they mulligan to 5? Probably. Nah, I could do better than this, right? Burgle, would you mulligan this? Like, it needs shards and non-shards, right? So it's gotta be terrible. It, like, needs a second blood. I guess if I hit the second... Nah, yeah, I feel like we can do better. Yeah, look at how much better that is. Fuck you, Burgle. Fuck you. I'm just never mulliganing. Just, like, going with my gut and just keeping all my hands from now on. Never listen to Twitch chat. I'm just gonna go with my gut. And was fine against an opponent that mulligan to 5. Just gonna die to this Blamsmith and burning blaze. Yep, good shit. It's like had cards that did stuff. Chose to not keep it anyways. For reference, I think hands like that are fine, especially when your opponent goes low. I shouldn't listen to other people. Every time I listen to other people, the decisions are terrible. At least when I make terrible decisions, they're my decisions to make. Like, if I hit, I like keep that, Fate Weave on 1, get a second blood that way, and then like I can activate my champion power to draw into more gas. That matchup's probably not terrible in general. First problem was listening to Twitch chat. Yep. Just should have kept my first 7. 7 was fine. And good old unkeepable 6. Into the... I mean, like, they were something, right? Like, I missed my 4th shard drop to lose game 1, and then, like, I mulliganed to 5 and missed my 2nd shard drop for game 3, so... I don't know about good games, but they were games. Yes, I am a solid brick of salt. Solid brick of salt. Yeah, but like, this deck like wants to make 6 shard drops, right? Or like 5 shard drops. So like, if I'm fate weaving a 5th shard drop there, I'm like not super upset about having done that. So like, I should have just kept that opening hand. I hate the good games mantra. A lot of games aren't good. You get more good games in Hex as well. Yeah, the algorithm counts towards your mulligans as well, but like, again, when you're drawing a 5-card hand with 24 resources in your deck, there's a number of them that only have 1 in them. Oh man, is this here's an important question. Is this a real deck or is this the what's it called? People keep playing. There's like this Blood Diamond Spirits deck that like I keep playing on the ladder, but like never does well in the bashes. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the games is a great. It's like the good games mantra is just like. It's like the good luck have fun at the start of a game. It's like, you don't actually want me to be lucky. Like, you're gonna be upset if I'm lucky. So like, don't tell me good luck because that's like disingenuous. Hopefully we get a non-slow shard here on this Fate Weave and then we get to go Whisper. Perfect. Get to bury their ice off the top here. Playing Withering Gaze. They're playing some weird Verdict deck. I wonder if it's a take on Burgle's Verdict Control. Yeah, punch me back. Look at that drop of Vicar doing God's work there. No, stop hitting him. Stop hitting him. But like, if I made a list of the decks that like haven't lost many matches that like are completely unplayable in a bash, like the list is long. All right, well here we're gonna bin this, and then Haunting Cry next turn. Gas back up, draw 2. And then if we're a real professional, we get another Demented Whispers and get the rest of the cards out of their hand. Like again, if you weren't here for my earlier, hey, this is a rant about why you shouldn't consider the ladder testing. Now, if they have a third Demented Whispers, we're gonna get completely dicked here. There could have been an argument for just playing Zeddek's Judgment that turn and like holding the Whispers, but like, or holding the Cry, but like the upside of hitting Whispers there is just like so high. Cockatrice, sure. Yeah, definitely, Burgle. Alright, we've established a touch of a clock here. Mono blood off the top mirror, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, another one. I'm gonna lose some more cards here. Ugh, we're down 2 Candlelights, that's sad. Being down 2 Candlelights is kind of sad. Have a Phantom. Give them a troop from their crypt, right? It's only that other shitter, and I have a Herofall for it. Come on, Demented Whispers. Tilt. I forgot. You're right, Burgle. Nope, never mind. Calculated. Calculated. Needed this Herofall. I think holding it for a cockatrice isn't unreasonable. Just for reference, I think holding it for a cockatrice is fine. I feel like the 2/2 probably doesn't do much. I actually didn't think about it. Is the honest answer to your question, but you've been judged, opponent. If they have Shard, they get to Ancient Verdict and choose the outcome next turn.
Ow.
Yep. So this basically doubles all their verdicts. That worked out well for me. A lot of good draws here. God, I'm cutting one of these from my deck. Holy crap. It's just like actually the single worst draw in the deck. That was actually the single worst draw in the deck, right? It was the only shard left that didn't give me a charge power. No, I don't want slow shards, Burgle. Holy God, we'd be so far ahead right now if I just had that be a regular shard. One of the drop of Vicars did help us earlier, right? Like it gave us an extra card in our hand. Like twice they were useful, but like the third one was like really terrible for us. So they get to choose Ancient Verdicts twice here. Yep. Good beat. Probably dead. It felt so good at the start of this. We're so far ahead at the start. And things snowballed very quickly. Do a bunch of fucking shards. Alright. Alright. So Quarry's pretty bad. Massacre's pretty bad. Steel Intel is great. Candlelight is great. It's easy in, easy out. Disruptor Drone is good. I want to cut for Disruptor Drone. Whispers is fine. These Withering Gazes are good. This is a game where like we both end up with cards. Is this a game where we end up with cards in hand? We're kind of just like dick punching each other a bunch, right? I think Dark Heart's fine. It like requires them to leave in removal. Yeah, trying an Acolyte's probably okay. But just two, that might be a little aggressive. Maybe it's an Acolyte and a Hunger. Yeah, I'd do that. I think they just have too many high impact cards. Like, I feel like there's a good chance Gaze is just like never missing. It's fine. Not exciting, but fine. I'm gonna lead on Gaze, so that way we can gaze their gaze. Yo, dog. Cannibalize, Herofall, Twilight Justice. Do you want to take their Cannibalize? Take their draw two? God, what a fucking sack. Yeah, like, until they ripped that guidance there, Burgle, their hand had no velocity, right? Like, it's two shards, that's no way to guarantee a three. And like, what else? They don't have anything else that plays to the board, right? So if they play Justice on 4, I can play Dark Heart on 5 and eat it. Alright, well, we tried. Hey, Xeron with the brand new Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you very much and welcome. I do appreciate it. Yeah, actually, that's better, Burgle. 10 out of 10 should have taken their guidance. So we could hit a shard next turn. That is a good line. You want to either direct message me on Twitch or Twitter or Discord now that you're a subscriber? Yeah, you got your blocks. That's pretty good. Pretty cool. Rats. I'm hoping they'd verdict me and let me sacrifice a troop. Brick again. Ooh, we didn't brick again. God bless. Still on the market to draw a shard. Now they get to Twilight Justice me because they ran perfect shards off the top after keeping a 2-sharder. I kept a 2-sharder and bricked and died. They always have it, we never have it. Alright, it's not terrible. I'm gonna play this before I hit my champ power because I wouldn't mind drawing another one. Wow, their hand must be loaded. Hey. Hey. These lackeys are pretty good against other verdict decks too, right? Because they make it so like their sack a troop and -1/-1 are like pretty good. Oh no, don't kill my troops. Deal. Remember I said it'd be pretty good against the verdict decks? That's why. Example. Case in point. They're pretty good against the verdict decks. Show you example of what I mean. Alright, Wall of Hatred is a great draw here. Means I can Candlelight next turn if they don't just Withering Gaze out of my hand. So put a non-resource on top now. If we didn't hit a non-slow shard there, I would have Fate Wove a resource to the top of my deck to have a chance to play Candlelight next turn, but since we're locked in on that anyways, we good to go. Perfect, a shard for them. And this is what I want to, I'm glad we're going to get to play this out here, because this is kind of what I want to see, right? Like, is this card, sacrifice my Nightfall, is this card something that could take over these blood-based games the way it takes over the games against Sapphire Diamond Control? I'm thinking this card goes over the top of what they have going on, but I haven't actually seen it in practice just yet. Sure. Oh, no, I should have done this in not punished. Should have done. I'm doing this in response. If they choose discard a card at random, I don't want to lose this. Let's just get that right on out of there. Hopefully we keep this Dark Heart. Ooh, Phantom's pretty good. Phantom means this Dark Heart can kill the Twilight. Let's do this. candle. Sack this candle, make a zombie, draw a card. Already through like all my naive lackeys, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna pass the turn here. Would have gotten really patriotic if you discarded the candle. You're not wrong, Flex. Not wrong. I'm gonna do this in response, so that way... Declan Scott, do not hit the TV. Do you want to watch the show? Oh my god, wow, what a punch. So I should have just done that last turn. Yeah, I should have just done that last turn. We had Zeddek's Judgment. Yeah, we still have gazes in our deck. Oh, there are gazes in the deck. Yeah, Steric, good call. Good call. Yep. Let's do this. Hopefully they choose to get rid of this thing. And then this Dark Heart can come down and gobble this up. Perfect. I guess they could have a Herofall here. Even if they do have the Herofall for this, that does just leave a 7 power in play, which is nice. Yep, that's our Herofall, because it's the AAA one they took from us earlier. They're playing regular art Herofalls. No, they discarded it. They discarded that Herofall that we saw. So you're right, we did see one, but they binned it to a random discard. On resource on top of my deck. Start smashing. This is just like Dead in 2, right? That being said, like, any verdict is pretty likely to give them like -1/-1, which is like gonna mess our board up right now. Maybe I should have made that second Illuminate give +1/+1. God, what a... Okay. Alright. Get to draw a card too. Get a piece of action, can put off the top of our deck at least here. Hopefully it's like a draw 2, one of our Haunting Cries would be great. Worst draws there. Wait, did they discard a Zeddek's Judgment that was 0? Why were they holding that? Deck with this. Even their bricks are kind of hits right now because a shard lets them do this. So I guess we want them to draw like spot removal, right? Or like a sweeper if they have that in their deck. That's a brick. Okay, sweet. Shard gives us a redraw here. That's great. Illuminates for us. Choices. 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 You are dead now. I don't actually know the answer to that, Storo. I don't think so. I feel like the answer is no, but I could be wrong on that. Alright, I made a couple mistakes that game. But ended up pulling it out. Candlelight was good. Candlelight felt like it was a good go over the top card. Oh, yeah. I think that was what they discarded. Maybe that was out of their... Maybe that was out of the berry. It could have been out of the berry. I wonder... Part of me wonders... I keep going back and forth on a third Disruptor Drone in the board. That might be something I want in this deck. Yeah, it might have been milled. Might have been buried. God, this hand is so good if it just didn't have 2 wells in it. This hand's fine. Get to go boop into boop. Am I gonna get gazed on 1? Nope. This hand wants some ice real bad. Ding, ding, ding. I'm playing this on 1 because I want to gaze the Demented Whispers out of their hand if they have 1. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to take the Demented Whispers here. I think I was wrong last game and I should have taken the Twilight Justice last game, but I think this time I want the Whispers. Also, now we've got 5 Whispers in our deck. They draw another one? No, sure. Yeah, I have no idea why Clash is in their deck. I mean, like, maybe Clash is okay if I'm not expecting it. Yeah, also true. Hey, look, and I just buried a Whisper. Sweet. Yeah, I'm just gonna guarantee resource drops here. I just want to get to this Candlelight ASAP, I think. I'm gonna bin this, just like get the extra card in my hand. I also don't want 2 1/1 troops in play when they play the Twilight Justice next turn. Because it means they could just pick troops get -1/-1 and wrath my board. I really don't want to try and play Doomsday. I embarrass myself enough, JMP. Like, Doomsday is both bad and... Look at that. Hey, it's not making me discard. Yep. God, I'm so smart and thin. Played right around that. Naive Lackey, sign me up. Yeah, I think I just want to run both of these out, because like my opponent could very easily draw Cockatrice or something. It's gonna suck if my Candlelight gets binned, but like, if the Candlelight gets binned, it gets binned. I'm just like, we have 4 of these in our deck, so we could draw them off the top in the mid to late game. Yep. This is so powerful. This is game 3. Did I just Cockatrice them? Feel like I just Cockatrice them. Like punch them right in the dick. Unfortunately, their Demented Whispers isn't escalated, so I think I'd rather just get the guaranteed 2-for-1 rather than like get a 6 Demented Whispers into my deck. And from the ashes too. I'm okay shipping here. Yeah, I think I am. Like again, like these being in play make their verdict slightly better. Because like they get it the things get -1/-1 and like take my board out. This also puts a troop in my bin in case I hit a Haunting Cry next turn. Their Demented Whispers are really bad right now. I buried a Candlelight and a Haunting Cry. Haunting Cry would have been great. And a stack of non-resource. Yeah, I think I like that idea, Burgle. Especially considering, like, one of the decks I wanted 4 Massacres for was Sockets, and, like, I put a bunch of what's it called in my board? Stalking Quarries. And, like, Disruptor Drone is, like, also fine against Sockets, right? No, please don't make me sacrifice a troop. Which one do they get back? Just a Phantom, yep. Deal. Even another Shard's not terrible at this point. It'll be a draw 2. Okay. Is that one good? I feel about that one. I'm going to attack first because if they have removal, they'll spend it on my Acolyte of Flame in response to this Cockatrice. They might also just, like, block here. Okay, yep. Alright, punch up. Thanks for the Cockatrice, bro. Nope, just 2 bins, 2 big bins. Cockatrice of their own and Withering Gaze, deal. Just... Yeah, that's how these games go. And, like, we're reduce the game to top decking and top deck better. Yeah, and, like, by having 4 Candlelights in my deck, like, we're positioning ourselves to, like, top deck better is the goal, basically, right? That's pretty good. It's gonna take their Dorkos off the table. It's gonna enable us to sacrifice this Naive Lackey for profit. Oh, Naive Lackey, you let me do such terrible things to you. I hope my next apprentice is as eager as you. I think I'm gonna smash them for. I'm gonna smash here, and then I'm gonna bin the Candlekin. Okay, Judgment's pretty good. Probably gives them another thing to jump with. Huh. Yeah, I think I keep the Dark Heart. Alright. JK. Okay. They are only at 8 here. Instead, that card's very scary. Alright. Put that on there. Vary a bunch of cards off the top of your deck. We're not quite into the range of that mattering, but we could at some point. At 9, then 12, I need to draw like 2 more of them. Even a Shard here is pretty good for them because it lets them Ancient Verdict. I want them to hit like a Demented Whispers or a Cockatrice, basically, right? That's not good for me. Probably a piece of spot removal. Let's lead on this, see what happens. Yeah, they're at 3, so like, it's definitely lethal at this point. Yep, I drew Herofall, that's fine. Hopefully we find something to deal with this. Even just another Dark Card will be fine, so we get rid of one of these 2. It's not Demented Whispers. Just the casual draw 3s. It's unfortunate that I can't. This is unaligned, right? Yeah. It's unfortunate that I can't cast their From the Ashes this turn. I guess I just take their Casualty of War. It was ladder pause site. Oh, Herofall's maybe a little bit better. I didn't need the resource. Yeah, that's probably better. I didn't need the resource. I don't know what I was thinking, because I would prefer they don't draw another one of those shitters. Oh, we should have milled them first. Yeah, you're so smart and thin. Just the smartest. That was the best they could do as a daybreak. Nice. The judge is here, baby. These are my nightfalls. My nightfalls are amazing. So naive. My sweet summer child. Alright, down to 1. Up to 2. I wonder what the other options were if they gave me nightfalls. It must have been like sacrificing these things, right? Needed to draw a clash there. You're not wrong. Clash is definitely an out. Alright, so I think I want minus a Massacre plus a drone. Doesn't seem unreasonable. So like, here's the thing about that though, right? So like I want to count, like, this is just a good like small deck building lesson for people when you're like doing counts. So what I mean by counts is, so like here's my reserves, here's my main deck. When I'm playing this deck against, let's say I'm playing against Diamond Wild Momentum, I want to cut the Withering Gazes, I want to cut these Demented Whispers, I want the Stalking Quarry is actually probably not terrible. So like, kill the deck list, yeah, good call. So like, this is like my board plan if I were to play against like Diamond Wild Momentum. So like, I think I'm probably light on cards. Like, would we want any of these other cards against Diamond Wild Momentum from my board? I don't think I do, right? I could, like, maybe bring in one more Stalking Quarry, but, like, I probably... Is Whispers fight against Momentum? It might be, Burgle. Yeah, maybe it's fine. I guess I could, like, do this. Do we hate this? Just like grind them out? Yeah, they need lands and spells. That's fair. How do you feel about this? Like, is this an okay plan? The Candlelight's kind of clunky. I don't hate this. Okay. Yeah, I think you're right that it's actually probably okay because of the lands and spells thing. We have like an okay number of ways to keep Goldfather and stuff off the table. That's not true. That's not true. It's not just good against everything. There's a lot of people that play, based on playing aggro decks on the ladder, there's a lot of people that think this card should just always be in your deck, and that's certainly not true. Alright, so Gaze is back in. I mean, like, if they snowball, that means you just, like, didn't have answers to anything. Alright, yeah, I think I like this deck. Yes, yeah, so, like Demented Whispers is, like, the first thing I cut against sockets, for instance. The Haraza decks, it's terrible against the Haraza decks. The Momentum deck's really kind of like this mid-range combo deck, right? It's, like, kind of aggressive and has explosive draws, but, like, it's a critical mass card, right? Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, I want to cut at least one of these. I think keeping 2, yeah, I think 2 is fine, right? Like, just like having the extra card randomly is fine. You want some fish? Yeah. You can go. Good asking. I'm happy with this. The place for long involved arguments. I want to wait for Burgle to type before we decide what we're doing next. Like, I don't think I'm going to play another match with this. I think I'm pretty happy with what I have so far. I want to get a little variety in the stream this morning. Hope everyone's having a great day. Thanks for hanging out. Really appreciate it. There's a lot of different things you could be doing, different people you could be watching. You're choosing to spend your time here. When you have a low charge like Taka, the resource card officially gets checked more frequently. Am I at 3? Am I at 6? As opposed to like a 6. Yeah, I definitely think that's true. I definitely think that's true. Yeah, I agree. Like the games where I draw 2 Blightbark Reserves, I really feel it in my champion power. I feel like the games where I draw 1 Blightbark Reserves are like fine, and like it gives me enough like minor added value that like it's reasonable to play a couple of them. But I agree that in general, this is not a card I want to see 2 of in a game, so I probably don't want to play 3 of them. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, the Frost Ring's kind of brutal, especially after the latest update. All right, what am I going to do? I'm going to end this